Imagine waking up next week to find the price of your next car skyrocketing, or maybe even your medicine cabinet getting more expensive. That's the bombshell Donald Trump just dropped. And it's not just America feeling the heat. The UK's economy could be in for a wild ride too. Welcome to Focal Point, where we're breaking down the news that's shaking the world and your wallet. Today we're diving into Trump's latest tariff threat, what it means for the UK, and why this week's already chaotic economic roller coaster just got a whole lot bumpier. Stick around. This one's a game changer. Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. Let's get straight to it. This week, Donald Trump threw a massive curveball at the global economy, announcing a 25% tariff on all cars imported into the United States that aren't made on American soil. No exemptions, no exceptions, just a blanket tax on anything rolling into the U.S. from abroad. And trust me, this isn't some distant maybe. Trump's already hinting at even bigger moves next week, with plans to slap import taxes on pretty much everything crossing U.S. borders. But here's the kicker. This isn't just America's problem. Here in the UK, where cars are our #1 export to the U.S., this could hit us hard and fast. Now picture this. It's only been a couple of months since Trump kicked off his second term, and he's already flexing his America First muscle. He's calling it a way to bring jobs and wealth back to the U.S., saying countries, friends and foes alike, have been taking from America for too long. Here's what he had to say. Okay, let's unpack that. A 25% tariff means that a car shipped from, say, a UK factory to the US could suddenly cost a quarter more overnight. That's not just a headache for car makers, it's a domino effect. Higher prices could mean fewer sales, which could mean job cuts, which could mean a serious dent in the UK economy. And it's not just cars. Trump's also eyeing tariffs on pharmaceuticals. Yep, that's our #2 export to the US. So while this isn't aimed at the UK specifically, we're caught in the crossfire. Now you might be wondering, why does this matter to me? Well, let's talk about the UK's public finances, because this week's already been a whirlwind for them. On Wednesday, Chancellor Rachel Reeves unveiled her spring statement, a big plan to balance the books and keep the economy steady. She left herself what some call wiggle room, or if you're feeling fancy, wriggle room, a buffer to meet her fiscal rules. But here's the twist. Economists are saying Trump's tariffs could wipe that buffer out faster than you can say trade war. The Office for Budget Responsibility, or OBR, predicts UK growth at 1% this year. But they also warn that if Trump goes all in with his mega tariffs and other countries retaliate, that could slash UK growth by a full percentage point. That's right, we'd be flatlining. And this car tariff? It's just the appetizer. Next week, Trump's promising what he calls Liberation Day, a potential 10% tariff on everything imported to the US. If that happens, the UK's carefully laid financial plans could be toast. So, how's the UK responding? Well, it's a tale of two strategies. Across the channel, European leaders are gearing up to fight back, talking retaliation and trade countermeasures. But here at home, the UK government's playing it cool, almost too cool. Rachel Reeves and Prime Minister Keir Starmer are banking on a special deal with the US, hoping to dodge the worst of these tariffs. Their pitch? Hey America, remember we're your pals. We don't have a huge trade deficit with you like some others do. They're keeping their heads down, avoiding any trash talk, and praying for a carve-out. But is that optimism realistic? Talks are happening, sure, but they're tricky. The UK might have to offer something big in return, like concessions to US tech firms or other trade-offs that could sting. And here's the rub. If the UK lowers tariffs to strike back, World Trade Organization rules mean we'd have to offer the same deal to everyone, including China. Suddenly, we're flooded with cheap Chinese electric cars, and the whole trade game turns into a high-stakes Jenga tower. One wrong move, and it all comes crashing down. Let's zoom out for a second. This tariff drama isn't happening in a vacuum. Wednesday's spring statement was already a tightrope walk for Reeves. She's juggling slow growth, welfare reforms in a shrinking buffer zone. The OBR says she's got just enough wiggle room to hit her targets. Barely. But Trump's move could shrink that room to nothing, or worse. And it's not just the numbers. Politically, this could be a minefield for labor. They're trying to avoid a showdown with the White House, but how long can they stay quiet if these tariffs start biting? Now let's talk cars specifically. The UK's auto industry is massive. Think Jaguar, Land Rover, Mini. It's the poster child for global trade. A 25% tariff could slam production, raise costs, and ripple through supply chains. Some manufacturers are already huddling with ministers, asking for support if this goes through. One idea floating around? Tweaking the UK's zero-emission vehicle mandate so car makers here don't end up subsidizing foreign electric vehicle giants like Tesla. Speaking of Tesla, Canada's already pulled subsidies for Elon Musk's EVs. Could the UK follow suit as leverage? It's a wild card worth watching. But wait, there's more. This week wasn't just about tariffs. Reeves's spring statement leaned heavily on welfare reforms to make her numbers work. Cuts to disability benefits and changes to universal credit. The goal? Get more people into work and save cash. But it sparked a firestorm. The Institute for Fiscal Studies says it looks more like a spreadsheet exercise than a grand vision for reform. And get this, the impact assessment, finally released after some dodging, shows 250,000 more people could end up in poverty. Labor MPs are grumbling, charities are furious, and the government's scrambling to explain. That's Chief Secretary to the Treasury Darren Jones, eating humble pie after comparing benefit cuts to docking kids' pocket money. Ouch! Even Reeves got tangled in similar flack. The vibe? Labor's crunching numbers, but forgetting the human cost. And with a vote looming in Parliament, this could get messy, especially if more Labour MPs rebel. Here's the big picture. The UK's caught between a rock and a hard place. Trump's tariffs could upend our trade, Reeves's budget could unravel, and welfare cuts could spark a backlash, all while the government tries to keep calm and carry on. It's a perfect storm. And honestly, it's a brutal reminder of how fast the world can change. One minute you're planning for growth, the next you're dodging trade bombs and praying your wiggle room holds. So what's next? Will the UK snag that deal with Trump? Will Reeves' budget survive the tariff tsunami? And how will voters react if prices climb and jobs wobble? We're keeping our eyes peeled, and we'll bring you every twist and turn right here on Focal Point. If you're as hooked on this drama as I am, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and ring the bell. We've got way more coming your way. Drop a comment. Do you think the UK can dodge Trump's tariff bullet? Let's get the convo going. Until next time, stay sharp, stay curious, and I'll see you soon.